Welcome back everybody to the Eldredge Family Vlogs. I'm excited for what we're going to be working on today. We are going to be painting and prepping this container so that we can move everything out of the shop area, back onto shelving, into the container, start getting things organized so that we can keep working out there and just getting hopefully a lot of stuff done out there. So there's a couple of things that we need to do. We got to move this shelf over against this wall after we take out the dirt bike and everything else that's in here. Then we're going to get everything prepped for paint. We've got to weld a little bit on this door frame. But if you also remember, about a week ago, we picked up this door that is going to go right here. This is our soundproof utility room. Not soundproof yet, coming in the future. But we got to put up our sheeting here, our OSB, and then we've got to mount this door as well because we're going to paint all of this in one go. But before we get too far into today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Jackery. They have sponsored today's video, and we are going to be using their HomePower 3000 backup power station in today's video to power everything that we're going to be doing. So we're running the lights off of it. We're going to be charging our equipment. We're going to be running the welder off of it. I'm going to be giving you guys real world examples of where these backup power stations shine. Ever since we got our first power station, it has completely changed the game for me in working on projects and having home backup power when the power has gone out. The product that we're using today is the HomePower 3000, but we also have their whole home backup system in the house, and we have used that, gosh, countless times when the power has gone out. It's plugged into our breaker panel, so all I have to go do is go over there, flip on a couple of switches, and then we have power to whatever we need to run in our house, and it has been absolutely amazing. So one of the things that I love about Jackery is their multiple size options, and the fact that you can find something that meets your needs, whether you need a whole home backup or you just need something small to throw in your car to take with you on a road trip to keep things charged. I know we have done that a lot. We are always editing on the road, traveling, running our hotspot, all of that kind of stuff, and we keep one of the smaller Jackeries in the back seat so that we can plug it in and keep stuff charged while we're driving. So a huge thanks to them for sponsoring today's video, and we will be showing you guys a little bit more detail about it throughout today's video. But before we can do anything else, we got to get some of this stuff out of here and do some cleaning, because with all the insulation work I've been doing and everything else, there is foam pieces literally everywhere. It's like going to the beach when you get covered in sand. Yeah, everywhere. I'm not really sure what to do with the rest of these boxes. Honestly, they can probably stay on the shelf because I'm not painting this wall. I'm telling you, gosh, I gotta foam all in my mouth. I gotta open those doors so I can blow this thing out. These can stay on the shelf though, because we're gonna cover the shelf up with plastic, I think. But the floor will get covered and this wall will get covered, because I'm just gonna do the ceiling and this wall. This we're gonna leave raw wood, I think. Why not, right? Either that or I move the shelf into the middle and spray the wall as well. I don't know. This is so tricky. I don't know if I honestly can move this by myself. Let's see. I've been hitting the gym, but it's just too long. May as well just pull this stuff out. It'll probably save me a little bit of time in the long run. Gonna end up pulling it out anyways. I'll have to get Marcy's help when she gets home to help me move the shelf. Less and less bugs in here every time I come out though. I guess that's what happens. The more and more you get this thing closed in, the less and less bugs. While I'm waiting for Marcy to get back home, I'm gonna go ahead and mark out and cut this door. I also need to figure this deal out. Now when I built this, I may have built it a little too tight, you could say. The door does not actually fit. It is too tight. It needs to go about 1/2 inch over, and unfortunately this wall has bowed out, so I'm guessing it's probably close to the right size. How do I do this? Either way, this is sucky. To cut that, move it over 1/2 inch, recut the insulation. I wonder if I could just cut the door down. Is that a dumb idea? That's a dumb idea, right? No, I could do it. That's a dumb idea. I should just move the stud. Keep the door the same. Guess there's no time like the present to do it. How depressing. It's also a project where I have to go and find my 15 different tools that I need. So the bottom is nailed in, so I am going to have to cut it off with the Sawzall. Woo, that was too easy though. Seems like no matter how good you are, you always got to redo something. That's me right now. That'll work. Much better. Let's go slice up a new 2x4. So this here is the Jackery HomePower 3000. You can see you've got USB, USB-C ports, DC, AC, and then this plug here is where we can plug it into our house. So this can actually run our house as well. We do have the next larger size plugged into the house right now. So this one is perfect. I'm using it out here in the shop. But if you want to plug in, you know, your house or an RV, camper, or anything like that, that's the plug you want for it. So I've got it charging right now, the Wi-Fi, and then we're also going to plug the saw into it so we can cut this piece. AC. Now these chop saws pull a lot of power, so it's a good test for power pull. I need one of these at 32 or 30 and a half. Didn't have any issues with that at all. Got it now. Oh yeah, that'll work. Maybe able to even drop that top one down. I mean, this has got to come up at least 1/2 inch. So it might be actually right on perfect. Let's see if we can find some hinges. Being that we renoed our entire house, I have here our home renovation box. Hey look, another saw blade. I actually needed that for that chop saw. Sweet. Alrighty, home renovation box. That can go in the trash. What are we even looking for here? Hinges, 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 hinges. Now hopefully these are in here. They might be in the house. There's something. Oh, there's something. Oh, there's 3. All right, golden. That was easy. In order to actually mount hinges, this door does not have pre-cut out hinge slots. I don't know why. I guess we just bought the cheapest one possible, and so it didn't come with it. So I gotta find my router. And I'm going to show you all how to do this. Now they do have a jig that you can buy, but this is a one-off thing for me. I typically don't do this. So since I'm doing it one-off, I'm going to freehand it, and we will see how it turns out. So this is a router. We're going to go ahead and plug this into the power station as well. Like I said, these things come in handy so much. We don't have power over here yet. That extension cord is what I have ran over here to run power over here. But then pulling this out, I was like, I don't even know why I have that run because it's such in the way. If we just run, I can run 4 different items on here without having to unplug or plug stuff back in. Okay, so this has a chip in it, this router bit. So I don't know, we're gonna try it. We'll just try it, why not? Set that in here. I'm sure there's a correct measurement for the height of these. I'm just gonna go 10 inches on both ends and then one in the middle. I gotta think which way I want this door to actually swing. I think I want it to swing. Ooh, that's a good question. So I was gonna have it open in and to the left, but I think I actually want it to open in and to the right. So if that's the top, we actually need to flip the door open. I might not have an option. I might have bought a left-hand door, not thinking about it. No, I just need to put the hinge on the opposite side. Yeah, okay, so it goes like this. Those are marked out. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you have a chisel, you can actually very easily chisel this out. You chisel down and then chisel this way. And that is actually a really easy way to do it. I just don't have a chisel. So I'm working with what I got here, and I think I can do it with this. The nice thing about this is I can actually set the thickness, which is the thickness of the hinge. Whew, that looks perfect. Let's give it a try. No way that worked that easy. That was a piece of cake, folks. An absolute piece of cake. Holy cow. So we're a little high. I don't even know if I can pull that much out of it. Probably right there. I'm just going to run over that one more time, but that worked perfectly. Good as the store. As good as when the store does it. I don't know if I need to router this side. Typically on a door frame they are routered, but with this not being like an actual door frame, I might get away with not routering it, which would be great. We'll go grab some screws and check it out. We got this 1/2 inch shim. Throw that under there. Should be golden. Now I know I want these all to be perfectly straight up and down. Otherwise, we have issues that you run into where your door doesn't want to actually close all the way. Start with the top and the bottom. Once those are set, we'll move on to the middle. That's gonna work perfectly. I don't need to router those. If I did router it, it would close that gap up. Oh, y'all can barely see it. That's probably about 1/8 of an inch. If I routered it, it might be 1/16 of an inch. I'm fine with it just like that though. We'll run a piece of blocking around the front side of the door, like the door jamb, like a normal door has. But just looking at it like that, that's gonna work absolutely fantastic. Way better, way cleaner of an install than I thought it was gonna be. Marcy did say that we have a door handle. I didn't look very hard for it, but I sure hope we do. I wonder, there's no way this piece of foam fits. Nope, got to cut off a little bit. Figured. Should be able to throw this one back in. We'll just have to add some spray foam around it as well. So that insulation fit. This one I got to trim down. I'm charging the batteries right now to my saw to cut that. So we'll give that just a minute. I'm ecstatic with how that turned out. Let's see if we have a doorknob in here. Marcy seems to think we do. She says it's not a locking one, which I'm fine. That door does not need to lock. Let's see if she remembered correctly. Well, I'll be. What's that? That sure looks like a doorknob to me. Now, I don't know if this is the one that has to go in the house. I think it is. So the boys' bedroom is broken. So I think we'll replace the boys' bedroom with this one, grab the one out of their bedroom, and put it in here. I think that's the plan with this one. So I got the doorknob taken off and got the one for in here, but we're literally missing the actuator, like the bolt. It's the bolt part that actually, not the handles, it's the other part.
Yeah, that's the bolt was broken.
Oh, she says that, no it's not. It was the locking mechanism that's broken. Otherwise, replacing that wouldn't have done anything. So, I don't know if we actually have one. It might be in the box or it just fell out, so I'll have to double check that. But Marcy's here, so we're gonna move the shelving really quick so that we can get stuff prepped in here for paint. Yeah, we'll just pull it out halfway. Might be easier, Marcy, to just come right here. It's kind of the way. Wait. Keep going. If I open up the door.
That was one time easier.
Oh, I tried moving it by myself earlier today.
No way.
No way. I got the foam shaved down, I got the door put in, so we should be able to cut our door frame flashing, I guess you could call it. I don't actually know what to call it, but we're gonna put a strip all the way around our door frame. So it looks like we probably only need it 1 inch at the most. We could do 3/4 of an inch by, we could do 1/2 inch. All right, let's go cut it. Now I've got the Jackery hooked up to the table saw. Like I said, this entire project we're running off of the Jackery. So we're putting in the work with that thing. We'll go ahead and set this blade at 1/2 of an inch. And I'm gonna rip down a 2x4 for this. It's not the best wood, obviously, for this kind of a project, but it's what I got. And it'll work just fine. All right, let's see if this can handle it. Table saw is probably the biggest drawdown tool that I have. We do need to check, make sure saw blade's the right height. And that right there, folks, is one of the biggest reasons that I love these power stations. Absolutely phenomenal. That is putting so much draw on that power station, and it cut it without ever hesitating. I'm gonna raise the blade up a little bit. It will sometimes help with cutting speed. So we're gonna raise that up just a little bit because we got to cut probably 3 more of those, I think. So what this backing is for is basically to keep the door, give it something to close up against. So, figure out where that's supposed to go. I think it's pretty much flush with that edge. I've got my brad nailer, battery powered. I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely amazing. I've used it for years and years and years. They are so much better than having to run an air compressor. Just like that. Now, when that door closes, boom, it's got something solid to close up against. Dang, all those nails decided to pop through. Just like that, we've got a fully framed in door frame. The only thing we're missing for this is the actual door handle itself, which I may go pick up today. So now I can pull out and use that router again to cut this door frame, and it will cut it flush. I've got a flush cut bit. It's magical. All right, here goes nothing. That's dirty. It's too wide to cut this side, so I'm gonna have to cut this side with the Sawzall. The reason I like the router is it gives you a perfectly clean cut. My cut over here with Sawzall looks like garbage. In order to hold this foam sheet that needs to go back here before I spray foam it, I'm just going to screw a couple of screws in so I can push the foam and the screws will hold it. All right, let's see if this piece is cut right. Come on, give it to me. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. We're fixing to be ready to paint. I mean, as soon as I can get this done, we'll be ready to do the paint prep. Gonna have to figure out something about this light. nailed in. All right, that wall is completely framed in and sheeted and ready for paint. Whew, I feel like this is taking forever to get to this point, but it's one little thing at a time. We got to go open the back doors of that container now. Woo, it's hot out here. That AC is doing work in there, keeping it nice and cool. But over here, we got to open these containers so that we can blow everything out. Because I think we're done with making sawdust in there to where we can actually paint it now. Whoa, open that up and it's just like cold air pours out. This might just be one of my least favorite things that I ever have to do, and that is paint prep. I absolutely hate it. Now, this paint prep is not going to be too bad because we're not really, we don't have to do that much. I don't have to tape baseboards. I don't have to, all that kind of stuff. This is just kind of like, get it down here, get it covered, and we're good to go. It's not too, doesn't have to be too particular, but I do not enjoy paint prep. But I also don't want my floor covered in paint overspray either, so I guess have to pick which one, and paint prep it is. There's one side done. I'm going to go ahead and do it down the other. So I was going to get plastic and cover this whole shelving thing, but I think that's a waste of time. I don't care if there gets a little bit of overspray on this. There won't be much, just a little bit from the ceiling, but I don't want the floor, so I just grabbed the paper and I was like, I could either roll it out on the floor, or guess what? It's the right height to wrap it like that. Probably worth just covering it like this though. Yeah, that's going to be the best way to do it. All right, we are to the point of pulling out the paint sprayer. Can't believe we're to this point. Hopefully this thing is going to work good. I want to try and set the paint sprayer up in a place where it will reach the entire container. So we got to move it over a little bit here. Probably about right there. And we're going to go ahead and run an extension cord, I guess, into here to run everything. I've got a little bit of primer, maybe a gallon, not much. So I'm going to use the primer for this wall, and then and then the track right here. If I have extra, then I'll prime this wall a little bit, but I definitely don't have enough to do this whole wall. Hopefully it'll work without primer. I know, do the job, do it right. I don't have any primer, so wasn't really planning on priming. I don't need to prime this because this is already primed. So for sure we can get this and the ceiling painted. It's this wall that I may end up having to do 2 coats on because of the primer issue. So I ended up running the extension cord to the power station over there into here so that I can kind of move this around if I need to. The last thing we need is a bucket and a paint mixer, and I think we'll be ready to actually paint this thing. Here goes nothing. We're ready to run the paint. So we'll turn this on. Much. Honestly, I don't even know if there's enough to run the primer on this. Put that one in there. That one in there. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Can you go grab me a tiny couple, 2 or 3 pieces of little 2x4? So we have a massive storm coming up on us right now. And I was like, man, I hope we get this done before the power goes out. But guess what? We're doing this all with the Jackery. Literally, the lights are off the Jackery and the paint spray is off the Jackery. So I don't have to worry about the power going out because even if it does, we'll still have power.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect, huh?
And the lights.
And the lights.
And outside.
Yep. All right, we're going to paint this wall first. Damn. Ah. That just blew up in my face. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to wash your hat too. Yeah, you gotta stand a little farther.
Ah. Good thing it's latex. Or, yeah, water-based paint. What in the world? What in the world? I've never had that happen before.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It was right in my eyes, but I think I got it. Oh yeah, grab that tape measure. Good thing I changed into paint clothes. I was like, I probably won't get that dirty.
But you did.
I'm literally covered in paint already. Dang, what the heck? Oh my gosh, we got paint splatters literally everywhere. What in the tarnation?
Are you okay, baby?
There we go. Okay. I think we're in business. Gosh, that was crazy, Maddie. I've never had that happen before. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do a little bit of painting. That works pretty good. I gotta put some plastic over this Jackery so it doesn't get covered in paint. No! think that's it. I remove the paint screen, and we can get a little bit more out of the bucket. What I want to spray, I want to make sure that I can get the numbers will show through and then the seams. All right, here's my last little trick. So the paint sprayer is out of paint and now it's into the water bucket, but I have all of the paint that is in the line that I can still spray. So we scraped the bottom of the barrel in the bucket, and now all I've got is what's left in the hose. Ooh, we might have enough here. Just a little bit left, Maverick. I'm afraid that's it. That is it. I'm spraying water now. All right, well, that's good enough. I literally cannot believe that thing blew up on my face. That was absolutely ridiculous. What a joke. I have to say I'm super glad that it wasn't any worse, or that it was such a non-toxic paint, because that could have been terrible, terrible. What? You got some frozen grapes for us?
Yeah.
You want to see something crazy? Come look at that paint. What color is it?
Blue.
Blue. We gotta mix it.
We're gonna have a blue shop?
No, when we mix it, it comes out to be the brown gray color. So this wall is still a little bit wet, so I'm actually going to jump over. We're going to do this other side of the container and everything while it's drying over there. I'll tell you what, I'm the king of not having scaffolding and making other stuff scaffolding.
Crandall literally doing his least favorite thing in the world. Holy crap. I stepped in there and the fumes are so bad. I keep going to clean my lens because it looks dirty and it's not. It's just the fumes in there are so bad.
How's it look?
Really, really good. Wow.
I love it. The thing is, like, is that work, folks? I'll open this up in a second.
He's almost done. He has this and then the ceiling. It's crazy because like right here where Mountain plays, just fine. Like there's a faint smell, but nowhere near what it is in there. It like just gets stuck. What you doing? Did Daddy have some of your grapes or did you eat them all? Oh, you saved some? We'll have to get Daddy new ones if you want to finish eating them. I can get Daddy more. Okay. We washed the grapes from yesterday and froze them. So they're a little snack. Instead of Mavi having popsicles, he can have all the frozen grapes he wants. So we went actually back and forth on whether or not to paint that wall. And I was like, just paint it, just paint it. And he's like, no, I don't want to paint it. I'm like, just paint it, Colonel. So he painted it. Because I was like, it'll look so much better. It'll feel so much cleaner if it's painted. So we did this one tan. In the back half of that one, we're going to do it black because that's going to be the gym. And then I don't know about his office area.
I need something to stand on.
Of like how tall? A ladder? Do you really not have one? There's a ladder.
I don't want to lean that up against the mirror.
Oh. I can do something. There's the dog crate. That's not as tall as that though. Lean it against the shelves. Oh, that works. Every day, love. He says, have I ever told you I don't miss construction? What's up? Here's a sign with, what is that? That's a clamp. It opens so you can hold things together. Yeah, pretty cool.
Did Mavi tell you the paint sprayer exploded?
He said it was so funny. It went all over Dad's face.
It went all just right in my eyes and everything.
Oh, are you okay?
Put it on his belly.
On my belly. I mean, I sprayed it and went, oh. It blew up.
That's not the first time that's happened to you. No, you had that one paint sprayer blow up on you.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
It's not too light, because obviously the darker you go, the smaller it makes the room feel. I feel like it's the perfect color to where it doesn't make it feel big or small.
But it's a color where white wasn't, that it would make it look dirty. Like, it's a dark enough color that it doesn't look dirty.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be
It doesn't look brown.
Doesn't look brown.
It looks good.
It's done. Holy cow. Huge shout out to Jackery for powering this entire project. I just put a fan in there, plugged into the Jackery, of course. And I'm gonna open up the back of the container and let that thing air out. It is so humid and moist in there. Obviously that's like a zero breathable container besides going out into the main area of the shop. So I want to get that opened up so that it'll breathe. And we can get some of that fumes and moisture out. I love it. It's not going to be shiny when it's dry. It's actually the exact same color that we've done the rest of the container. So it's this color. And I think it's going to be just what we want. I hope I've been able to showcase to y'all just a couple of things that the Jackery is capable of doing. We have been partners with them for over a year now and have absolutely loved their products. They made today's project possible, and we have absolutely loved their products. They've got an entire lineup of different products from small to medium to large. So use the link down in the description to go check out the website and go look through the different power stations they have and find one that fits your specific needs. And right now is the best time to do it because of the Prime Day sales that they have going on. So be sure to take full advantage of those. I know last year on Prime Day, I sent one of these to my brother and he ended up buying one because they were such a good deal and he's been using it and absolutely loving it. So like I said, the link will be down in the description. Be sure to go check it out and find yourself a power station that you can either use for your projects, camping, off-grid, emergency home backup. The list literally goes on and on. I am stoked with how today's project turned out. It is time to clean up the shop, put everything back on the shelves once that dries in there, and get this area back to being functional. Right now, it is just a complete disaster. So that'll be coming. Thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we will see y'all tomorrow.